So we're going to look at details this week. As Christian Marclay said, art is all in the details. If you think about it, I'm going to show you some details here. And look for a minute and think if you can realize it's the birth of Venus, or do you realize what this detail is from? Manet's famous painting. This one you might recognize actually. If not, I'll give you a few more hints. And no, Olympia. And so it kind of just shows you that the details that we kind of overlook in these incredibly famous paintings that we've seen a million times actually play a huge role in why the paintings are great. And if the artist would have skimped on moments of details, it wouldn't have been the same, because details give us character clues. Like in this Manet, we know that this woman is, a certain type of woman because of her lipstick she wears and the fine embroidery of her clothes, the jewelry she's wearing. If we were of this time, we would know a lot about this woman, more than we know now, based on her clothes. They help tell a story. Bosch always has his Harmonious Bosch has these, dark, dreary paintings like this one, The Death of the Miser. But look at all these creepy but important details in there that you only see if you take the time to look at them. And the artist took the time to make these details to tell us the story of this poor man seeing his fate for being so cheap, his stingy his whole life. They also offer the chance of symbolism. Like in American Gothic, she wears this brooch that has Persephone on it, who was kidnapped and brought to Hades, which is kind of like a statement of her life, which is probably why her face looks like that. Details provide a space for the eye to rest. This is Celeste Dupuy-Spencer. I think it's called They Are All Monsters. She did after the attack on the Capitol. And as a mass painting, it's amazing. But really, it's when you stop and look at the details that the painting impacts us, tells the story, gives the eye a place to rest and to think about what's happening in this moment. It's such a great painting. It's if you can ever see it in person. And this is Monet's famous Ode to Manet's painting. And again, it's all in these details that the artist takes the time to add to the dresses and the trees and the picnic that make this such a rich painting. Details can help establish the scale and define composition. Like, look at this. This is one painting here with that giant sky. But then if we zoom in on those tiny little characters, they actually are the kind of interaction of the whole thing. This also proved the power of tiny brushes, which we're going to work on tomorrow. We're going to take out tiny brushes because look at this Vermeer glass. I mean, on those lips and the nails. You honestly couldn't look at this painting long enough to fully catch all of it. And what is from afar just kind of a typical picture of Christ talking to women. Look at that. That one mark of a tiny brush of the kind of wet tears in his eyes, and he suddenly becomes, very human. So tomorrow we are going to look at details in our work and hopefully revisit works that we can improve with details. Okay, thanks.